I've been living in Fuerteventura for over 5 years now, and the reason I'm here is all because of one thing that happened, one moment, one night, in this bar right here, Rock Island Bar. But before we get to that, I want to rewind about 6 years. Going through school, I always thought I'd go to university. I really enjoyed school, I was academic, and I really especially loved maths. I even got in the local newspaper for my grades. So naturally, I always thought I'm going to do maths at university. And when it actually came to it, I just had this feeling in my heart like it wasn't right. I couldn't imagine any sort of like career that maths would give me that I'd enjoy. I loved maths for what it was, but I didn't, want to work with it. I did what a lot of people do, and I took a gap year. And now that's a year people take before going to university to maybe work, to travel a little bit, learn a bit more about themselves and what they want. And that's exactly what I did. I got a job, saved up, and then I went on a big cycling trip with my friend Jerome. And we started in England, in the south of England, went over on the ferry through France, then we cycled through Belgium, Holland, back through France, over the Pyrenees Mountains, and finished in Spain, in Barcelona. And it was such an adventure. I honestly don't know how we pulled it off. We just sort of on a whim said we're going to do it. I can't believe our parents let us do it either. It's kind of crazy to think back. We just did that trip. It was 6 weeks in total and thousands of kilometers cycling. And like I say, it was amazing. But the whole time in the back of my mind, I was just thinking, what am I going to do after? Am I going to go to uni? What do I want? What's my purpose? What's my passion? There's a lot of pressure, I think, on people when you're like 18, 19 to just know exactly what you want. And I didn't. I had a lot of things that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed maths, like I say, but I loved health and I loved music and I loved traveling, but I didn't know what I wanted to work with. There was no job, no like career I could imagine being happy in. But how is this all linked to Fuerteventura? So during that cycling trip, when we arrived in Amsterdam, we'd just got there after cycling about 90 kilometers from Rotterdam to Amsterdam. And I saw this sign as soon as we got there that said, Healthy Food Cafe. And I said to Jerome, let's get some food, like I'm starving. Let's go to that place, Healthy Food Cafe. And so we went over there, and as soon as we got there, we were encountered by the waitress, Jada. And she was talking to us, and instantly we clicked, and we were like friends. And she told me that she was moving soon to Fuerteventura. I'd honestly never heard of Fuerteventura, never even heard of it. I'd heard about Canary Islands, I've heard of Lanzarote, Tenerife, Gran Canaria, but never Fuerteventura. And I was asking questions about it and what's it like and blah, blah, blah. And that was it. And we stayed in contact. And when we finished the trip, again, I was a bit stuck. I didn't really know what to do. I was like, should I get a job? Should I do some more traveling? I don't know what to do. So I thought about Jada because we were still messaging. And I thought about Fuerteventura. And she said, do you want to come and visit? So I decided to do exactly that. I came out to Fuerteventura for 1 month. And when I was here, it was one evening, I decided to go out jogging, to go out running. And I was running down the street and I suddenly heard some music. I heard some acoustic guitar and some singing. And naturally this caught my attention because I loved music and I sang myself. And I was looking around and I saw Rock Island Bar. So I went over to it, looked inside, and it was packed, like Rock Island was rammed. And on stage was a guy playing guitar. And he finished the song he was playing and then just started roasting me because I was there in my running stuff, and at the door everyone could see me, and I guess I was like a bit weird because I was in my running stuff and I clearly wasn't like coming in for a drink. So he just started completely taking the mick. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I just remember everyone just laughing at me. And like, obviously it's just like a joke, like a comedian kind of thing to do, and it was fine, but I didn't know what to do. I was like trying to save face, trying to think of something funny to say back. I didn't know what to do. And he finished just destroying me. And then he played the intro to Folsom Prison Blues, which is like down, 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 down. And that was like my kind of like signature song that I always sang. I used to go busking, and that was like the one that I loved playing. It's the song that I probably played the most. Like, I loved that song, sang it with my family, heard it for years, and I was like, wow, he's going to play this song that's like my song. So in that moment, I didn't know anyone, so I shouted out, I'll show you how to sing if you like, because he just roasted me and I didn't know what to say. And everyone naturally just was like, oh, just started like playing along with it. And he was like, come on then, come up. So I got on stage with them, And now suddenly I'm on the stage looking at all these people. And he's like, what do you want to sing? And I was like, just carry on playing that. And then he played Fools in Prison. I sang it. We finished the song. People really enjoyed it. And he's like, let's do another one and another one. And I ended up playing the whole night with him. And because there was no pressure and I was just this random guy getting up, I was really confident because I didn't know anybody, like I said. There was no expectation. I was just this jogger like passing by, and had a great night. And he said, come back tomorrow and play. And I came back the next day, and when I got there, he told the story about me the night before. And I was so nervous now because now there's expectation. Oh, this is that singer guy that came in the night before. And I was like really stiff on stage, and it was I was really self-conscious. And pretty much for the next few nights I went back and sang with him because I knew that I had to, but I was genuinely really scared of doing it because I hadn't had much experience performing or gigging or being in front of an audience. And like a lot of you might feel the same, like public speaking or singing in front of an audience, it's quite a scary thing to do when you haven't done it before. And I was like terrified of doing this thing, but at the same time I knew that I had to do it. There was something in my heart that was like, just go back and do it. And on some level I loved it, and on another level I was terrified of it. But like I say, I just had to go back. I was literally thinking like, even if you mess up, it doesn't matter, just do it. Just get on stage and do it. Like, no one's going to remember, no one's going to care. Just do it. It's not important, just do it. And of course it was important to me, but I was trying to make it like less of a big deal in my mind, and it was a big thing. But I did it. I went back loads of times and sang with Johnny. And gradually, as I sang more and more, people were like, oh, you should come here and meet Eric, come to Piano Bar, and you should come here and see the music here, and you should meet this person. And during that month I was in Fuerteventura, I ended up meeting a lot of musicians and meeting a lot of people that run gigs, and being here and making connections. And then suddenly that month was over, and I was back in England in December in the cold, and I was just dreaming of being back in Fuerteventura, dreaming of being back playing music on this island. I remember thinking, I'm not going to go to university, I'm going back to Fuerteventura. And so I sat down, I declined my university offers because I'd got in, but I declined them for that gap year, because what you do is like you apply for the next year, so I declined them. I told my friends, I told my family. My mum actually cried. She was like, you're wasting an opportunity, and like was really emotional about it. It was a big decision for me, but I was like, I need to like burn my bridges and do this music thing. I need to go to Fuerteventura. This feels exciting for me, and my heart was telling me to do it. And so came straight back to Fuerteventura, and I went to all the bars, like ones with music, without music, everything. And I was like, hey, I'm a singer, a musician, can I play for you? And I went everywhere, like genuinely everywhere. And I sat down, had little meetings. I was like way out of my depth. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just did it everywhere. I used to sit down in the evening and visualize playing in the bars. I'd visualize playing at Rock Cafe on the stage, looking at the people. I'd visualize playing at Sunset Lounge, and I'd imagine myself there doing it. And eventually, gradually, I started to actually do it, and I started to get gigs. I got a gig at Rock Cafe, I got a gig at Sunset, I got gigs at Galera Beach, and now suddenly I'm playing music for a living, and literally my dream came true. You know, like it was the best feeling ever to be playing music and living off of it. Was honestly like I couldn't be happier. And it's been 5 years now, and I'm still doing music. I'm a musician in Fuerteventura, a place that I love, around people that I love, and I'm just so grateful for all of the help, all of the advice, anyone that's been to a gig, anyone that's come see me play, that's tipped me, that's said anything nice to encourage me. I appreciate it so much, and it's literally made my dreams come true. I guess the only thing I could say is, like, as cliche as it is, like, I followed my heart, my intuition, and it led me where I needed to be. And even though a lot of people were telling me to do one thing, would like to go to university and do maths because you're good at that and you can do that, if it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. And I didn't do that, and it led me on this path that I could never have predicted. I never would have predicted that I'd meet someone in Amsterdam that would take me to Fuerteventura, where I'd play music and meet people that would teach me how to do stuff. And you can't plan things, but what you can do is follow this feeling of adventure and follow this feeling of, I don't want to sound cliche, but like follow your heart, I guess. And that's what I did. And like I say, I'm so grateful to be where I am. There's still a lot more I want to achieve with my music and with my life, but right now I'm really happy and I'm nothing but grateful. So thank you guys for everything. And thank you for watching this video. Another thing I wanted to say is it's Stuart Allen's birthday this Thursday, so I want to give him a little birthday shout out. Go over and subscribe to Stuart Allen. He makes videos on Fuerteventura. He makes loads of videos. I'm in a lot of them, and go give him some support. He's always shouting me out, so I owe him one. So go subscribe to Stuart. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to me as well, why not? And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. A lot of music coming up soon, so see you soon.